it might be a new year or a new training block, and we always have high hopes of all the goals that we want to achieve. But what's the most important thing that we need to focus on from the start? Routine. Hey guys, I'm Coach Carling and welcome to Ignite IQ. Now we have two different types of routines. We have habitual routines and lifestyle routines. Now habitual routines, they're the things that we might do, I don't know, let's say brushing our teeth with our right hand every morning, or we take a certain route on our way to work, or we might head out, put our runners on and head out on a particular run course from our home. The more that we change these types of things up, the more stimulus it creates for our brain and the better it is for us. Now, lifestyle routines, they're more considered the things that, say, the time that we wake up each morning or the time that we go to bed. Now, these things largely affect our hormones, and in turn, the more we change those up, the more stress we create on our body and our brain. So it's really important when you're creating new routines that you understand the difference between habitual and lifestyle, and then you can manage both. If you want to create stimulus, mix up which hand you're brushing your teeth with, mix up the ways that you're driving to work, and then change up your running routes every time you go out for a run. When you're trying to create a nice balance, and it's quite hard for a lot of people, especially on rotating rosters, but if you're trying to create lower stress through lifestyle routines, go to bed the same time, wake up the same time where possible, do your training where possible. These types of things, we can keep them pretty stable and manage them pretty well. Then we're going to create less stress on our body and our mind, and we're going to be able to sustain our routines for a lot longer. Now, the most important thing that we must focus on from the start is building that routine. It's building a structure throughout your day. What time you're going to wake up, when you're going to have breakfast, you're going to do your training in the morning, and then you're going to head off to work, etc., etc. We want to set that structure from the start. We want to try and maintain that for 30 days. Now, the reason why most people don't complete their New Year's resolutions is because they get about 2, 3, 4, 5 days into their New Year's resolutions goals, and because their lifestyle routines have changed, they've created stress on their body and brain, and then they struggle to sustain their new routines. So the number one thing that you need to focus on now is just creating 30 days all in a row, non-stop, sticking to your lifestyle routines. That also includes trying to keep up with your training. Now, we don't want to go all out from the start with our training. We want to make sure that it's nice and sustainable, it's realistic, and we also have somewhere to build to as well. So the most important thing with this is to try and stick to your routine. Okay, so if you have a Tuesday bike, we must make sure that we try and get up, at least do 10 minutes of it. Okay, if you don't have the time to do the whole thing, or you're not feeling too great, you're feeling a bit fatigued, try and just aim for 10 minutes. Quite often when we just start the session, we start to warm up and then we start to feel better, we can get through it. But if time is a challenge on a particular day, then just try and stick to 10 minutes. And if it's not a bike for whatever reason, just try and do some sort of exercise and just keep to your routine. The more that you can do this, and we call it the 10-minute rule, just aim to get 10 minutes in. That way you're keeping that routine going and you can sustain that. And over time, you're going to build that routine. It's going to be easier to follow and much more sustainable, and consistency is the key to success. So let's focus now on building our foundations, which is building a nice rock solid routine, lifestyle routine. Feel free to change up your habitual routines, but let's really focus on the foundations right now. Set that from the start, and then that way you lay a really good foundation for the future training to come. And then when the stress loads increase, when the intensity increases, when it gets a little bit harder, at least you've got that nice strong platform that you've laid in the first month of training. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below and I'll help you out.